Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown. I hope y'all can nest double E, cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie, before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in.
Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go from Seattle.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's Walker to start the drive.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The end result, 21 yards.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A gain of 37.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Here's Hurts to throw.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Chris Olave
from a yard out.
And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Elijah Moore,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Jets are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and it's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Goodwin, 75 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He's got a man. Complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Pete Carroll, none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought close. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Here's Wilson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Ken Walker, 26 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
The extra point now coming from Myers. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses them about 4 yards.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, it's still in the first half here. A long way to go.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him.
And the Seahawks are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The best starting field position you could possibly have. First and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the second time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a third and long here following the sack.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Seahawks have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's Wilson to throw.
That pass complete to Moore.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Shotgun snap and a give to Carter.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. From just shy of midfield, Hurts.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
22 yards there, a first down. Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
On second down, it's Walker.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Here's Walker.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Throwing is Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try and run. Walker.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. They've got the comfortable lead. Decision time here. Do they go for it, press their luck?
Listen, if I'm the head coach, I take my headset off, I turn to my defense and say, guess what, guy?
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown.
Chris Olave.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Myers connects on the PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now Wilson on first down. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now it's Wilson. Forced out to his left.
He'll get that one to Carter, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson will throw again. They will find Davis. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball. And unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Nick Bawden, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Zerline good with a PAT. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football.
Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the route is on here in this first half. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And this will be a touchback. Barrios deciding not to bring it out.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw is Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now it's Wilson. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken just inside the 10-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. All eyes on Zach Wilson leading his team back out for this next drive. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go play action with Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Straight ahead, Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker
taking it in from 14 yards out.
And the Seahawks use the short field to get in for 6.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Robinson, and he loses the football the 2nd time. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
103 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Flushed out right.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it.
And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one,
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle.
Chris Olave.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, 2 cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Wilson here, pass caught by Carter. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be, and now here is another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Dancing to his left. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. Now Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Darrell Taylor, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack on first down, Wilson. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Wilson. A throw to the flat for Carter. And he is going to have a Jets first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
Now Wilson. Bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
After the interception, here's Wilson.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Wilson. And my goodness, another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Here's a screen for Robinson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 3.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now here is another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
They'll drop that down to Carter underneath.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Throwing again here, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Mike Hilton. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That's pretty rare that you see a ball game decided by this wide of a margin, and now it gets, Charles, even wider after that pick 6. They've done everything right on that sideline.
I think we can safely say that not only is the scoreboard, right, the gap big there, now everyone's just looking for stat padding, right? Do I get a chance to make a big play? Can I get a takeaway? Can I go ahead and put the ball in the end zone? That's what these guys are all talking to each other about now with a lead this big.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because...
And now here is another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Seahawks come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.